Look, the same shape of hands out on everything. This is in space around the sun, taken by the stereo camera of the Solar Orbital Heliospheric Observatory, SOHO. Look at this. Look, it's a huge hand right here. It repeats here. It repeats here. It repeats here. It's like this. I mean, you can see the finger, and then it becomes bigger and bigger, and look, it repeats the same curling like that. And it goes vertical too. It repeats like this. And it matches this one and the next, and it just keep repeating. You will see that on everything, in the sky, in the space. Look, I'm doing the outline of that one part of it, but it's just so complex. You cannot look at the fingernail rectangle, and the rectangle is filled with hands. I mean, it's insane, man, but it's I mean, there is no other alternative here. Look. Look at that enormous hand. Let me freeze the frame. Look at this hand right here. Let me do the outline of that one. The same finger repeats. Look, that's the finger, the fingernail, the curvature of the fingernail, because it's another finger from another hand next to it. And look at smaller hands like that. But they form, I mean, it's so intricate, but it's one shape. It's just the same thing. It's a hand, but it repeats over and over, on top, on the side, behind. It's insane, man, but I'm telling you, that's all there is. Maybe that's my mission, to show people what they cannot see, that I am seeing. Look, this is a hand right here, but it continues into another hand that subdivides into a smaller hand. One finger becomes a hand. This is insane, but I'm telling you, man, there's no other shape there. Look, and it gets bigger. And look, it divides. It's another fingernail right here coming from a different opposite direction. This dark deal is a fingernail itself. Like I say, if you try to do the outlines, it will become a map. Because it's so many of them. It's like I say, only a guy could create something like that. Look, I did the outline of that one on the left. And it's holding the cylinder thing, but it's filled with hands. Look, it repeats here again. And it becomes a bigger. Then he has another finger from another hand, and it, I mean, like I say, it's just impossible to duplicate this deal. Even if you do the outline, like I said, you're gonna end up with a freaking map, because it overlaps in 3 dimensions. This one thing here is a hand like this. Let me just do one hand thing to show that geometry. I mean, this is a poor attempt. Like I said, this is not even close to what the real deal is like. Because it's so freaking intricate. All these dark rectangular, semi-triangular patches, darkish, these are filled with hands in every which way. I mean, I can see it clearly on the screen, but to translate that into what something that makes sense to you, it would be impossible because, like I said, the geometry is three-dimensional. We cannot create something like that with any kind of computer program. There is no way on this earth that you can duplicate this. I don't care how good you are programming or whatever. This is beyond anything that we can do. Let's see, it's like I said, these hands intercepting every which way on top of each other, but it's translucent, and that's what makes it so difficult to show. Only showing the image is the only way that if you can see what I'm saying. I can see perfectly right here. This is a hand, a thumb. The hand goes this way. Oops, I messed up. Because it's another hand on top of it, and it's just like I said, it's difficult. Because that thumb has a small hand on it. Like I say, it's so perfect that you have to be only a guy could do something like that. There is no other explanation for this. And you can see the second finger right there. Exactly like you will see your hand doing that. I mean, if I could illuminate my hand, you will see the creases on the finger and the skin. You will see that it's just exactly. I mean, there is no, it's exactly what a hand will look like when you're holding something. But as you see all this dark, the shape is unmistakable. Those are fingernails. But look how they intersect in so many ways, in smaller sizes. It's like I say, only a God or a divine entity of that level could create something like that. There is no way around this deal. Look, I tried, I attempted. Look, that huge rectangle is an enormous finger. Look at that. at some part it looked like pair of eyes, and it's not. It's the fingernails intersect, and I guess the purpose on top of that was that to show eyes or faces. Like I said, only a divine entity or God's level could do something like that. Look, this is an enormous fingernail that goes up, down. I mean, it's so many of them in it and around it that I wouldn't even attempt to do outlines here. It's just not possible. See, you freeze the frame, and you see that. All the bright deals are fingernails. Then look at the shape of a hand curl holding something. I will fucking die if I am not correct. I will bet my own life if this deal is not correct. See, I froze the video to show, but it's, like I said, the outline is so intricate because overlap each other and it goes in different directions. Now look at that, that's the frame from the SOHO orbiter, the Solar Observatory SOHO, which now they don't even allow you to go into the movie theater to find the whole clip from that day. They close that part down. They only show you the images they want you to see, and that's it. And nobody bitch about when we paid $2 billion for the freaking satellite. That is the saddest part of it. Scientists are turning into fucking goats. They just follow where the money is and they don't care about shit. There is a fingernail from a hand. The idea, another attempt at recreating what the hands look like, because I can see them clearly. It's just that when you try to translate what you see into what really you can show is not possible. I mean, it's just an insult. Right here, you can see a hand like that. Look at the thumb and look at the fingers. Right there, like that. And then it repeats bigger. Then you can see it here again, here. Like I say, it's like a fractal. It keeps repeating, and then, well, I'm not gonna keep explaining the shit. You look at it, you see it, you don't, it's okay. Look, there it is again. That's just a frame. And I could demonstrate that you will see this on any video taken on Earth. It's in a translucent view. Look, there they are, the fingers and the hand thing again. So imagine how incredible this is. That we cannot see it, man. We were just blind. Unless you study images the way I've done it, you will never guess this thing. It's just